All right, let's try this again. Now, before I do, let's check this. Okay, it says it's live now. Thank you. That's all I wanted, just to accurately reflect. Okay. So, in the interest of second chances, I'll start this video over. And I will say that the Telegram voice channel is open. So if anybody wants to come in and shoot the shit with me, do or do not do. There is no try. Do it. All right. Starting this video over.
Hey guys, it's Chris Soika. You may know me from Twitter, from hosting spaces for the last 2 years. We've grown our following from 20 people to about 200 people, and we mostly focus on the fundamentals. Today, I'm going to go back in time to January 28th so that people can understand why AMC is the best investment of the 21st century. On January 28th, AMC was traded 20 times over the public float. We don't know how this happened, given that the buy button was taken away, but we can be assured that there was a lot of nefarious activity on that day. And for people who don't know, AMC became a recovery.
Okay. I just want to, I said this before in the previous stream that was not showing as being active, but not every brokerage restricted buying on AMC. And it was Wednesday the 27th that AMC traded 1.25 billion shares. I don't know if he said it was 28th. I'm going to go back and see right now.
On January 28th, AMC was traded 20 times over the public float.
20 times over the public float. Okay, well, I have something here. Let's just do this way. Oh, that's so messy, but well, do it that way. Here's AMC. This is daily chart. Volume's going to show up here in this area when I go over the appropriate candle. So Wednesday, 27 Jan, 1.253B. Thursday, Jan 28, 28 Jan, 591.224 million. Okay, well, we need to know what the float was there. So float shares outstanding. It says it was 169 million. 169 million at that point. Okay, I can tell you right now, January 28th was not 20 times over the float. So that's not correct. And as far as the other one goes, yeah, it's not 25 either. So I don't even need the calculator for that. So that's not a great way to start. Okay.
We don't know how this happened, given that the buy button was taken away, but we can be assured that there was a lot of nefarious activity on that day. And for people who don't know, AMC became a recovery play the day that the COVID vaccine was announced. Now, we don't know whether we were going to recover or not, which is why it made it a bit of a gamble to jump into the play before the vaccine was actually released. For those of you who got in before January 28th, you made one of the best investments of your life, and probably that some people could make in their entire trading careers. But when the COVID vaccine was announced and people started to really rally around the movie theaters and understand that the movie theaters were about to go bankrupt and possibly go out of business forever, AMC really had some angel investors come to their rescue. And of course, we're talking about the AMC apes, which is a person who is is dedicated to saving the movie theater business amongst other retail companies. Uh, if we look back to January 28th with no knowing of one another, we all came to the rescue of AMC on that day to buy and purchase stock of that company, to keep it afloat, and to raise revenues for the company. Now, a lot of people really don't understand that there was no dilution on certain days, but holding the stock, buying the stock, and contributing to the supply and demand factors should have driven the stock up to a point where the AMC board could have elected to dilute the company's stock and raise capital to save the company. Of course, the stock came tumbling back down from around $19 to $20 back to around $5, and then, you know, kind of traded sideways for a little while around 10. But AMC was a healthy company from that point on. We had avoided bankruptcy. Great job by our CEO and our board members. And where it becomes the greatest investment of the 21st century is when we see that they've traded the float 20 times over, and the AMC apes, they did not leave. They did not go away. The OBV suggests as much. You can check that out on any trading platform. It's an analytical tool that shows just how many people bought and are still holding the stock of the company. And as of maybe a month ago, there are 3.5 million American apes still holding AMC stock.
Hold on a second. I got distracted by the pretzels.
Just how many people platform ABV suggests as much. You can
Okay.
centuries when we see that they've traded the float 20 times over, and the AMC apes, they did not leave. They did not go away. The OBV suggests as much. You can check
Oh, right.
on any trading platform.
Yeah, you never in the history of OBV has anyone ever misinterpreted it this ridiculously. Um, but god damn, okay. Again, again, okay. It wasn't the 28th that traded that much volume, first of all. It was the 27th. I know it's one day off, but he's saying the 28th, and he's like, this is supposed to be serious. The 28th was 591 million. That's about 5 times the float. The 27th was 1.25 billion. Still not 20 times the float, but whatever. OBV, which I actually have right here, it doesn't tell you that. If this line goes up, that means that the stock price went up. If the line goes down, that means the stock price went down. So we see the line goes up from here to here, and the line goes down from here to here. So up, down. Okay. How far does the line go? That's dependent on the volume. So the volume from here to here was a lot. So it went up by a lot. The volume from here to here was it was a lot, but it wasn't as much. It was about half, actually. So it went down by half. That's all. That's all that it does. There is no way, and I don't think that you have to be, a genius to figure this out, but there is no way, given that information, you literally just have two inputs here. Did the price go up or down, and what was the volume? That's all that you're going on here. They are using that to suggest that nobody is selling. That is the most ridiculous thing that I had heard until I heard some other shit that they said. But I, you know, this is a typical misinterpretation by the apes. Okay, not to mention it was the fucking 27th, and it wasn't 20 times. All right, Jesus.
It's an analytical tool that shows just how many people bought and are still holding the stock of the company. And
How could that literally be the case? How many are bought and still holding? You're adding the total volume. Now, this red candle, any given candle, but I'm centering on this big ass one here in the center of the screen. That includes buying and selling. So it's like, how many ways can you disprove OBV as this indicator? It means this. This candle includes all the buying and all the selling. It's a total volume. Okay. You're adding all of it to this running total line here. How could that possibly tell you how many people are holding? How could it tell you? How? It couldn't. It can't. It doesn't. Period. It does not tell you that.
And as of maybe a month ago, there are 3.5 million American apes still holding AMC stock. When you look at AMC as a company, you look at it as a regular theater company, as a company that sells popcorn and revenue, but it is so much more than that. It has half of all production studios' ticket costs baked in when you go and buy a movie ticket. It has new revenue streams at concession stands, including hamburgers and milkshakes, which are some of the best milkshakes in the entire world. It has
What? How's that
a
possible?
popcorn empire being launched in Walmart, which we'll get into later, and it's going to have a
Popcorn Empire in Walmart. This, like, this is so ridiculous that I almost, it's like, it could be a parody. It really could be. This could be a parody right now, but I know it's not. Oh, I know it's not, but it could be. Jesus.
credit card added to the list of revenue streams,
Wait,
and it's going to have a co-branded credit card added to the list of revenue streams that are coming in the future. Now, a co-branded credit card, if you look into them, they make a significant investment into your customer base, and then from there on out, they purchase the rewards in order to get business from your customers at AMC. That is going to be a huge deal in the future. HYMC Gold Mine, another brilliant play by Aron and the board. A lot of people didn't understand it at the time, but as we see fiat currency kind of losing its power in the world, it looks like there may be a shift back to gold and silver. And if they tried to print their way out of this situation to pay us off and dilute the American dollar, we would have gold surging and silver surging, so that you might see some massive price action over there. So if you don't know who we are, join us on Twitter. If you have any questions, my Twitter is S_O_J_K_A. And we have Twitter Spaces going 24/7, 365 usually. And
that's
if I'm
not
not in
true.
someone else's space, I'm usually hosting my own. But feel free to come in and ask
And the
questions.
lie detector
And
tests determined
just
that was not
remember,
true
AMC,
because
we run the
I've
show.
looked many times. How many times have you guys heard me say, I'm looking for Twitter Spaces? I don't see any now that I know how to search for them properly and how to find them actually. But I mean, okay, well, it was his first video, so I'll go easy on him. But I mean, you can't you can't have so many inaccuracies in the first fucking minute, first of all. And this is me being gentle, okay? This is as good as it gets. Um, yeah. Holy crap. I just happened to find that. So, this page is meant to specifically to help cover and report everything AMC related to fundamentals. There are traders and there are investors. Some people trade charts, some trade hype and media coverage. This makes trading distinctly different than investing. I am an investor, and investing has always been the observation and understanding of balance sheets and fundamentals. AMC to the moon. Okay. So clearly he doesn't observe or he doesn't understand a balance sheet, because I happen to have it right here. I happen to have it right here. I don't know, quarterly? Operating income lower. Pre-tax income lower. Net income lower. This is Q4 2022. Earnings per share, lower. Yes, it was lower. The actual earnings per share, not the EBITDA crap, or the adjusted, the actual earnings per share was lower. Free cash flow per share was slightly higher. Operating margin, lower. Profit margin, lower. EBITDA margin, lower. EBITDA, lower. EBIT, lower. And its margin, lower. Less cash on hand. Uh, Larger siphoning of cash, or higher amount of cash outflow, say. Less assets, less total assets, less in property, plant, and equipment. Slightly higher goodwill, slightly higher. Lower other long-term assets, lower total assets. Accounts payable higher, deferred revenue higher. Current debt, oh, here we go. 100 million lower. There it is. That's the ape. That's what ape did. 100 million lower. Other current liabilities, though, higher. Total current liabilities, higher. Higher in Q4. Okay. Long-term debt. Oh, look at that. Long-term debt is down by what? 75 million. 75 million. Total liabilities down by 25 million. That's how that comes out in the wash. Total debt lower by less than 100 million. Debt growth. Let's see. Retained earnings. Shareholders' equity lower. Working capital lower. He says balance sheet, financial statement. This is it. Net income lower. Now this negative capital expenditure is, you could say that's lower, but that's because that indicates that they're selling shit. Like they're getting rid of capital property, like, or company property, because this is where, like, expansion and all that kind of um, construction, whatever. But it's a negative number, which means like an expenditure as a negative number, right? Investing cash flow lower. Debt issued paid. Oh, yeah, they paid some debt. Price to earnings ratio went up from 3 to 4. And some of these ratios are better, but they're still terrible because they're, way negative. Market capitalization went from 3.6 to 2.1. Yeah, they must have sold some of those projectors. That's the only thing I can say. So yeah, so that's what we're supposed to be excited about. Uh, that's supposed to convince people to invest in this. I mean, what in the hell is he smoking? And it should be illegal if it isn't already. But it's not just the apes that are that seem to be absolutely confused on all of this shit. So we watched a video. Let's see if I can find it. It was Yahoo Finance, I think. Yahoo Finance, AMC City. I watched a video. Here it is. Okay, so City recently came out with this guy here. Let's see what he has to say.
Try and get their debt back under control. So they've done a very, very good job under very difficult circumstances.
I have to go back. I have to go to
And what do you see as the
beginning.
biggest risk? Obviously,
a pretty decent.
Nope.
Well, Citi is resuming coverage of AMC with a sell rating, noting its common equity is overvalued at prevailing levels. Here to break this date down, the meme trade, is Jason Bazinet, Citi Managing Director. Jason, good to have you. So here we have you resuming coverage with a sell rating and a $1.60 price target. So talk about that breakdown and what you're looking at in terms of how AMC can really reduce leverage.
Well, there's really
how AMC can reduce leverage. I love this because what do the apes say? They say that the hedge funds are over leveraged. It's almost like, this whole Credit Suisse thing where Credit Suisse said, AMC is trash. And now the apes are saying, well, Credit Suisse is trash. Yeah.
really two narratives that are going on, both related to COVID. The first is, AMC had to take on a lot of debt during COVID because people weren't going to the movie theater. And they're recovering from that.
Okay, that statement right there.
Going on, both related to COVID. The first is, AMC had to take on a lot of debt during COVID because people weren't going to the movie theater.
AMC had to take on a lot of debt during COVID because people weren't going to the movie theaters. So I became curious about that because I happen to know that Adam Aron was responsible for a lot of the debt when he became the CEO. So TradingView has this wonderful feature where you can add these balance sheet entries, financial statement entries onto the chart and view it in a chart form. So, we could just do total debt, or we could do net debt. We could do long-term debt. I'm just going to do total debt. And I'm going to scroll back and we're going to see here something very interesting, I think. We actually see most of this debt. In fact, what amounts to a doubling, a near doubling of the debt occurred right here between the fourth quarter of 2018 and the first quarter of 2019. That's when the debt expanded from 5.283 billion to 10.279 billion. Yes, there was a little debt added to the tune of about $1 billion from that point to the end of 2020. But AMC had to take on a lot of debt during the pandemic because people stopped going to the movie theaters. I disagree with that statement based on the data that we have here. They started taking on debt ultimately, initially, when Adam Aron became CEO right here in 2016. Yeah, they had debt before, but again, it was doubled from the 2015-16 levels. And I don't know if this is to indicate that there was no debt back here. I'm not sure. I haven't looked because I'm not really concerned about that. But yeah, you have around $2 billion of debt. Then you jumped up to about $4 to $5 billion of debt. Then you jump up to $10 billion of debt. So, I mean, that's a bit disingenuous. I call him as I see him. I'm not defending anybody. I'm not saying I love AMC. I'm saying he said.
Well, there's really two narratives that are going on, both related to COVID. The first is, AMC had to take on a lot of debt during COVID because people weren't going to the movie theater.
That sounds like a narrative to me. That's a narrative. When I try to validate that with facts, I don't see that. I don't see that. Correct me if I'm wrong. Am I missing something here? Tell me. But based on this, I don't know that that's true. Okay.
And they're recovering from that. The second narrative that's linked to COVID is AMC became a meme stock. And so when everyone was, sitting at home and sitting with their stimulus checks, this became one of the darlings. And the equity got very overvalued. And what the company is trying to do right now is essentially take its two classes of shares, the common shares and what are called the APE units, and combine that into a single class. That there are some legal challenges around that. But the real question for shareholders is, A, will they be able to combine it into a single class? And then B, what is the new share price going to be if they are able to?
All right. And another thing here that kind of is like, all right, you're skipping over the part where they created this other class of shares, or they're trying to combine them. Okay. But you're leaving out the part that last fall they created this thing. So, I mean, anyway, whatever.
To combine it into a single class. Is it going to be the higher share price?
Okay, now this is interesting here. Listen to this.
The real question for shareholders is, A, will they be able to combine it into a single class? And then B, what is the new share price going to be if they are able to combine it into a single class? Is it going to be the higher share price, AMC's common stock, valued at $4.40 a share, or is it the APE units that are valued about 1/3 as much? That's going to be the key question. If we end up with a lower, I'll call it a pro forma share price, then AMC is going to have to issue quite a few shares to pay off that debt. If they're lucky and they can raise capital with a higher common price, the $4.40, then there'll be less dilution to pay down the debt.
Now,
so those are the two things: the court case, and then what is the ultimate equity value where they're going to be able to raise capital.
So, I think the ape's assumption is that, and again, correct me if I'm wrong. I'm not saying it will be this. I'm not saying it will be this, but I'm saying that the assumption is, and that's as good as a fact for them, is that it will be AMC plus ape, right? Isn't that what is traditionally thought here? That is going to be the combined value of both equities. That because that itself, that total amounts to the AMC equity. That is the equity of the company represented in shares form. So it's both classes of shares. Now, this gentleman is saying, well, will it be the will it be the AMC price or will it be the ape price? Uh, but I'm saying that the apes are under the impression, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but that it's the combination of both of those because they're combining it. Well, and then it'll be reverse split. But of course, the market cap doesn't change. Although, there's also confusion among the apes with that. So I tell you, this is just one big shit show. Okay, continuing here.
And another factor is going to be obviously the box office recovery. Talk about your outlook there and how that affects AMC.
Yeah, I'm pretty humble, when it comes to forecasting the box office. So we just rely on HSX, which is almost like the wisdom of crowds, and just build our numbers up. What it suggests is we're going to see a pretty decent recovery sequentially in 2023, up about 25%, but we're still going to be a couple $2 billion below the 2019 box office number. And that's just based on what HSX is saying the various movies will do. And it's been a pretty good barometer to gauge box office expectations. So a little over 9 billion this year versus the 11 billion, which is sort of a more typical pre-COVID box office figure.
And we know this does tend to be the year of efficiency, as Mark Zuckerberg coined it. But I want to talk about leadership. Talk about how you see the leadership at AMC with its CEO.
Well, they've done it.
Okay, before we do that, let's look at the box office real quick here. So, oh, by the way, the John Wick opening weekend, the overall gross was about 118 million domestically. Compare that to like Ant-Man, Avatar. Actually, I guess did that come out? Did that come out last year? Yeah, did 142? No, 152. Sorry, 152. Black Panther. Black Adam. It beat Black Adam. Black Panther's here actually for the opening. Thor, Minions, Jurassic World. Is that was that a new one? And of course, Top Gun Maverick. Was that a replay of it? I don't know. I can't keep all straight, but no, I guess it wasn't. Anyway, so it was 118, I think, for the week for the overall gross. So that's going back to about April, Easter weekend of last year. That's interesting. But I'm trying to kind of guesstimate the let's see. So far in Q1, we've got a cumulative gross of 1.6 billion. Okay. 2019, which is the fabled year, and really it was kind of low-ish, but it was on the lower end, but was 2.4, and we're almost to the end of the first quarter. I mean, we're practically, I mean, Friday is the end of the first quarter. Hard to believe, but it is. So if we take that number and just, you know, extrapolate that out, it would be about 6.5 billion. But we could also go by year and see what the total for 2019 was. And I want yearly. Do you want yearly? And it was 11. So obviously those quarters are not equal, and we could, you know, proportionately we could extrapolate it proportionally. I'm not going to go through all that trouble right now. You know what I mean? But anyway, let's see. All those new projectors. Yeah, that's your CapEx. AMC plus APE total divided by 10. So it should be times 10, I think, because we're reducing the number of shares. But yeah, so that would come out to be 596. 596 is the total of the two. So 5960. How long do you think it would last at 5960? I don't know. Market cap doesn't change, but it's, you know, fewer shares. Okay. So it's like reverse inflation, you know, because we have fewer shares now, so they're worth more. That's what we need to happen in the economy. We need less money. We need it all to be worth more per piece of money. Okay. So I guess it's all just to say when we compare quarterly, like Q1 quarterly from this year, it's about $1 billion behind pre-pandemic. It's about 1 billion behind. And that itself represents about anywhere from a third or so of the total amount that should be there. So anyway, just to put that into sort of somewhat of a context. All right.
Fantastic job. You know,
and we know this does tend to be the year of efficiency, as Mark Zuckerberg coined it. But I want to talk about leadership. Talk about how you see the leadership at AMC with its CEO.
Well, they've done a fantastic job. You know, I can't think of a company that's been dealt a more difficult hand than AMC was, just given that their business essentially went to zero for really, you know, reasons.
Like every other retail store, every other brick and mortar that wasn't essential.
That were outside their control. They very deftly sort of managed this entire process by, you know, issuing those 8 units. Trying.
Wait, what was this? Investment relationship, yes. Individual owns, company owns.
By, you know, issuing those 8 units.
City.
trying to get it into a single class and then trying to take advantage of what I would argue is an equity value that's too high to try and get their debt back under control. So they've done a very, very good job under very difficult circumstances.
And what do you see as the biggest risk? Obviously, once you start being traded as a meme stock, a lot of things.
City managing director, that's what it says.
AMC?
Well, I think the biggest one is going to be this court case. I mean, I think they'll probably prevail. At least we're assuming that they are. I mean, their bylaws were pretty clear, but you know, strange things happen. So that's certainly the big one. That's going to happen later on this spring. And then your second risk is just the box office, which is a little bit outside their control. It's a function of, you know, consumers' appetite to go out.
The bylaws can be clear, but that doesn't. I mean, they could include unenforceable terms. I mean, you know, a landlord can write something into a lease that is unenforceable, and a court would basically invalidate it. So just because it's in the bylaws doesn't mean that it's going to stand. Doesn't mean they can put anything in those bylaws. I'm not a lawyer, but I happen to know that.
Which is a little bit outside their control. But you know, strange things happen. So that's certainly the big one. That's going to happen later on this spring. And then your second risk is just the box office, which is a little bit outside their control. It's a function of, you know, consumers' appetite to go out to the movies. We've got a pretty decent slate this year, but that certainly would be the second risk I'd be worried about if I was the CEO of AMC.
And obviously, all meme stocks aren't created equal. Are there any others that you see opportunities in at the moment?
Oh, I don't really follow anything outside my coverage universe, so I can't weigh in on that.
Fair enough. Well, a big thank you there to Jason Bazinet, City Managing Director. Thank you for your time this morning. Have a great weekend.
Managing Director. Okay. Lawsuit updates court date of events. Tony F. Okay.
Hey guys, Tony Denaro here. Happy Monday to you. March 27th, 30 days away from the preliminary injunction hearing between AMC and the plaintiffs. In this video, I'm going to go over with you what's going to happen in the court case between now and April 27th. I have previously covered this briefly on some of my evening and weekend live streams, but for those of you who don't want to watch a 3-hour live stream just to hang out and have fun, we're going to knock it out here in 2 minutes. So let me get this info up on the screen for you. Thank you to the Chancery Daily for providing this information. He does have a subscription-based Substack if you want to go pay to get this information. Otherwise, I'll bring it to you here from time to time when things are relevant and we deserve to get an update. We are
so there's a guy who charges for this information. You can go buy it if you want to, or you can just let me give it to you for free. Okay.
Right here in the middle of the schedule. Up next, April 6th. All fact discovery shall be completed, including party and third-party depositions. And there is a little bit of drama going on right now with AMC asking to depose the plaintiffs and the plaintiffs dragging their heels or saying that they don't think that they should be deposed. I am tracking that and I'll let you know what happens with that. After the depositions are done, April 14th, plaintiffs shall file their brief in support of the motion for a preliminary injunction, followed by a week later, April 21st, defendants shall file their answering brief in opposition to the plaintiff's motion for a preliminary injunction. April 25th, plaintiffs shall file their reply brief in further support of their motion. And then we have the actual preliminary injunction hearing on April 27th. Now, Chance, the lawyer over at Chancery Daily, has put out an update saying that he does not think that the motion to dismiss
Is his name really Chance?
Filed by AMC is going to be heard before April 27th. So any comments or guesses that I made opining that the motion to dismiss might get heard soon or before April 27th, well, I guess I'm going to walk all that back.
Kaboom! You've been lawyered.
I'm going to trust the experts on this, and if at the Chancery Daily they are saying that it's not likely to get heard before April 27th, well, I'm going to go with that as far as whatever information that I share with you guys. That is where we are at with the lawsuit. Hopefully you were able to freeze screen that if you needed a second to digest it. And if any new news comes out,
for once I didn't have to pause it.
With updates as they happen. I am Tony Denaro. Thank you for watching. I will see you on the next video.
I believe he said that AMC wanted to depose the plaintiffs. The plaintiffs in this case are um, the pension funds. So I don't know if we can call them apes, really. I don't know if they're apes, honestly. Um, pension, supposedly, right? It's a retirement fund or something from Allegheny County, Pennsylvania, right? Is that it? So, but I guess, um, theoretically, yes, the apes don't want to go on record with their statements, but they're going to have to. I mean, but they're going to be. It's filed as, like they've filed the suit. So I'm not really sure why they wouldn't want to be deposed. Maybe they think that Adam Aaron's lawyers are going to try some trickery or something, which I bet they probably would. Right? Okay. Okay. Rules are made to be broken. Casey Shaw, 9 hours. 9 hours of Casey Shaw. No thanks. Margin calls, supply and demand. Um, how can AMC have a reverse stock split with 93 billion ape shares? Cleanup operation for hedge fund. Oh, that sounds great. Let's go.
What's up, man? This is Frankie. Let me say I'm not a financial
Whoa,
advisor.
it's way too
Anything that I say
loud.
in this video is for entertainment purposes only. Whatever I say in this video is my opinion. It may not necessarily be factual. Don't buy, sell, or
Whatever I
hold stock
managed to
because of
say in this
anything that I
video.
say in this video. You know, if you've been in our short squeeze play, you know it's a big issue as far as the reverse stock split. Adam Aaron wants to put the ape share back into the AMC share. You know, he want this conversion. He want to put them back together. But here's my thing. What I don't understand is if it's 93 billion
But
outstanding
there's
ape
not,
shares,
though.
which would
They
technically be
said there's
synthetic
not.
shares,
There clearly
93
there's
billion
not. Oops.
synthetic shares. If it's that many synthetic shares out there, how can we
Wait. So now we're saying that the 93 billion is the synthetics? Oh, whoa, hold on here. Did I hear that right? I got to go back. I was farting around
But
with
here's
the
my thing.
screen.
What I don't understand is if it's 93 billion outstanding ape shares, which would technically be synthetic shares, 93 billion synthetic shares. If it's that many synthetic shares out there, how can we have a reverse stock split with that type of corruption taking place? Because they got to be synthetic shares. You see what I'm saying? I mean, how can we have a conversion with APE and AMC and people not be financially harmed with that level of corruption that's taking place with AMC and the APE share? And Adam Aaron is saying, from what I'm hearing, he's saying that, well, it's Photoshop. You know, the figures that we're seeing, the data that we're seeing. I'm like, well, it's being reported on Market Watch, it's being reported on Robinhood and other platforms. So I'm like,
Robin Hood.
how is that?
I mean, do these people not remember anything? Like, how many glitches were there on Robin Hood? I did a video on this in 2021, and I remember it because I went and looked up who is Robin Hood's data provider. And I forget the name of it. It's like Excite or something. I forget. And there's a handful of others for whom this provider provides data. So if anybody's getting that data from that provider, for example, then they would have the wrong information if they reported it incorrectly. I mean, how is this hard to understand? Well, but let's go to Market Watch and let's see because well, we're looking for ape, right? Yeah, ape. Oh shit. Oh, guess what? Well, would you look at that? AMC Entertainment AMC Entertainment Holdings preferred, whatever, blah blah blah. Ape, right? $41.50. $41.50. Ready for this? I'm gonna even enlarge it. Shares outstanding 519.19 million. So it's back to normal. The what did we say? Model 3 do? They fixed the glitch. They fixed the glitch. The apes will not be receiving a Moass anymore. I need to hear it. I got to hear it.
Yeah, we Great.
Here you go.
Has been let go. Well, just a second there, Professor.
Come on. Oh, we hold on just a second there, Professor. Oh, come on. It literally froze. I'm not showing it intentionally because I don't want to get dinged for this. All right, well, I guess we'll come back to that.
How is that a Photoshop? You see what I'm saying? So my thing is, I'm like, retail investors need Aron to do more than just talk when it comes to this whole debacle that's going on about these synthetic egg shares. Because if I'm gonna lose 90% of my shares in a reverse stock split, as well as I know other people feel the same way, we need to know that the numbers are correct when it comes to, we need an accurate share count. We need to know how many AMC shares are out there. We need to know how many egg shares are out there. And for some reason, man, Aron does not want to do an accurate share count. And this is something that he needs to look into. If you're talking about taking 90% of retail,
so we're back to this again.
And you got these type of allegations going on, then we need an accurate share count. How do we know that these 93 billion synthetic egg shares that's outstanding? How do we know, man, that these synthetic egg shares was not created, for a cleanup operation? How do we know that the criminal
cleanup operation
are not using these egg shares for a cleanup operation for the reverse stock split? How do we know that?
So Milton has been let go. Well, just a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch. So he won't be receiving a paycheck anymore, so it'll just work itself out naturally.
We fixed the glitch. They won't be receiving the apes won't be getting paid.
You see what I'm saying? I wouldn't put nothing past it. It's almost like, man, it's like the criminal activity allegedly that's going on at AMC. It's like, man, it's unbelievable. It's like they committing all kind of crime right in our face. You know what I'm saying? It's like they doing it, man.
Yeah, all kinds of crime right in your face, right here. Squirt it right in your face. Here you go. Right there, 519.19. What do you got now? Huh?
In plain view. I mean, if you got these numbers coming out on Robinhood and MarketWatch, then we need to see, man, who's reporting these numbers and where these numbers coming from that they're getting the information from. That's all I'm saying. I mean, how do we know, like I said, man, these 93 billion synthetic shares that's outstanding, they're not going to be used for a cleanup operation for them to cover their shorts as far as AMC is concerned. So, man, we just don't know. They could be trying to use these things, man, to cancel out their shorts. So we don't know, man. These things could be more than just a glitch. I mean, if you look at the history of how these criminal billionaire hedge funds have treated AMC with all these synthetic shares, man, I wouldn't put it past them to do.
Well, in light of this new information, and that right there is a quote too. New shit has come to light, man.
Look, man, I've got certain information, all right? Certain things have come to light, and, has it ever occurred to you that instead of, running around blaming me, given the nature of all this...
Here's what I asked to Frankie.
This could be a lot more...
right here, coming up.
Complex. I mean, it might not be just such a simple,
What in God's holy name are you blathering about?
What in God's holy name are you blathering about, Frankie? What the fuck, man? So, when you say, given the history of what these criminal hedge funds, these one percenters have done with the synthetic shares, no. Okay? That's a false narrative. And Jeff Bridges proves it.
I'm gonna put it past them to create 93 billion synthetic shares. That's just my own personal opinion, and we need people to speak out against it, to say something about it, and we need Aron to do something about it. You see what I'm saying?
Okay, well, he did.
Synthetic shares out there. If it's 93 billion synthetic egg shares out there, man, not only is it wrong, it's criminal activity. Thank you for taking time out to watch the video. Have a nice day.
Well, I have to admit, just because they changed it on here doesn't mean that they don't exist. Just because they changed it, see, this is their cleanup operation. They changed it. They accidentally gave away the true number. And we've seen that before with the dark pool. Remember when the dark pool price was like $6,000 or some shit? They accidentally let it slip out. They changed it. Now, we have a choice here. We can believe the original true number that was 6,000 a share, or we can believe that they cleaned it up, or we can believe the cleaned up version and say, you know what? Clearly that was an error. The new one is new. The new one is correct. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. You tell me. No, I do know. It's garbage. No. Okay. So I'm seeing here that this is where Frankie gets this garbage. Right here, Scott Allen, this asshole. No.
I got one for you. Check this one out. You know the judge is overseeing the Allegheny lawsuit, and obviously ape is the question, like as far as voting rights. Imagine if
What's he doing in the library? Is that a library? He's in a hallway. What's he doing in the atrium? That echo, man, that reverberation though, holy shit.
she knew that there was 93 billion shares of ape outstanding out there. Imagine if at the end of the day, all these apes led to this vote of yes. Because at the end, how could you lose? Just pick the ones you want. That right there. That's like if you're a cop and you're trying to locate.
Wasn't this whole thing an if? It's an if.
I got one for you. Check this one out. You know the judge is overseeing the Allegheny lawsuit, and obviously ape is the question, like as far as voting rights. Imagine if she knew that there was 93 billion shares of ape outstanding out there.
Well, there aren't. So there's that. And one thing about judges, one thing about the legal system, and he should know this with his contact. He has contact. We know that. Okay? One thing about the system is that they want proof. It's kind of all about that. So I wonder if he wrote his letter. I wonder if he wrote his letter to the judge.
Imagine if at the end of the day, all these apes led to this vote of yes. Because at the end, how could you lose? Just pick the ones you want. That right there. That's like if you're a cop and you're trying to locate a stolen car. You go to this guy's house and you don't find just one stolen car. You find 93 billion stolen cars. This motherfucker is not a criminal. This motherfucker is a mastermind. This is like, that's where we're at right now. Ape 500, or is it 400, 700 million? Yeah, fuck you. 93 billion outstanding AMC ape shares. Tell me if that wouldn't be like, how does that happen? Defies fucking math and logic, but not a name.
You know what defies fucking logic is believing this shit. I mean, it's one thing for these fucking brain dead Muppets to believe this shit, okay? And I'm sure that they actually do. And I'm not talking about Lou here, although he is a Muppet. But I don't think he believes this crap. He puts it out here. But I'll say this. These brain dead Muppets will believe it. And you can fool them very easily. All you have to do is tell them something. But this asshole here is saying this to the people who are not critical thinkers, okay? He's telling them this. Telling them that what if the judge finds out about all these synthetic shares? The judge, I can tell you right now, judges are not they see right through this shit. They see right through this shit, and they would see right through him and his bullshit. And it'd be like, okay, all right, you're saying, I mean, it would never come to this because his ass would never be there. But if somehow he were, uh, what proof do you have of this? Well, on Market Watch for one weekend it said this. Okay, that's not going to hold up. None of this shit will hold up anywhere outside of the apes fantasy world. So this is garbage. Fucking garbage. This is from today, 4 hours ago. This is a great point. We were only told the percentage of votes, but not how many. Okay, well, let's continue. He hasn't talked about that yet.
So for all the people like, well, no, Lou, how could you be that way? You know, why are you pressing popcorn like that? Because there's 93 billion outstanding ape shares, and we just had a vote.
There are 93 billion. He just said there are 93 billion. Okay. Appears to be a false statement. Look at that mouth. I'm not going to say anything about prison.
We just had a vote where people with ape had equal rights to voting as AMC common. Now, there's something really wrong if there's 93, let's say there's 23 billion. There's wrong. How was that?
What if there's 519 million? What about then? What about then?
That vote should be done again. It should be done in public, should be done by a third party, and it should be overseen by the court. That's all I'm saying. You don't get 93 billion apes out of nowhere. I'm sorry. That's just banana, bizarre.
It's not going to happen.
At the end of the day, that's like daytime in the night and nighttime in the day. For people in Alaska, like, ooh, that happens all the time.
First of all, not every fucking data source said 93 billion. So there's that. Again, you have the same thing with that other idiot and the buy button, although he had bigger problems. He had much bigger problems. He had the fucking date wrong, and he had the number of times the float was traded wrong. I mean, give me a fucking break. You're sitting there talking about this is about fundamentals, and you fuck up the fundamentals. I mean, give me oh God. On the first video, in the first fucking minute. All right. Anyway, no, there are not 93 billion. Not every broker took the buy button away, and similarly here, not every broker, data provider, data source, whatever you want to say, showed the 93 billion. Not everyone did. So how do you explain that? Well, the answer is not crime. The answer is these these companies are a joke, really. I mean, if it comes down to it, it shows how much of a joke that these data providers and Wall Street really are, in my opinion. Like how do you fuck this up? I don't know. I don't know how you fuck it up, but they've done it consistently. Let's see. He's inside a trash can. That's probably accurate. He better hope that the judge doesn't haul his ass to force him to provide clarity on his statements. I mean, and the fact is, okay, the fact is that there is a case that's, I mean, he's not a party to it, I guess. I mean, maybe if he's a shareholder, we don't even know that. We don't even know that. So he's a complete stranger, potentially, who's spreading misinformation about something that's relevant in the case. I mean, yeah, that's a good fucking idea, Lou. He's in a stairwell. You want his follow up? Sure, why not?
Not this, brothers. This is fucked up.
Christ. I'll probably get it. I'll just click on his name and here it is. I got it. Oh, yeah, you got it. I got it. We both got it.
The reason I get upset about what happened with the outstanding ape shares in the 93 billions, if we weren't gonna have a reverse split merger and new cuspid, I wouldn't care. I wouldn't care about it because I would say that's just an error because one would not affect the other. But this 93 billion outstanding ape shares
I love how he
probably will affect the overall AMC squeeze float during the cleanup operation.
Cleanup operation. I love how he hangs out at places where nobody will recognize him. Like, think about it. He's in New York City with supposedly so many apes, 5 to 10 million, sorry, million. All this talk about billions got me confused. With 5 to 10 million by one grifter's estimate, that number of apes out there in the world, which is scary in and of itself, probably not that many, but let's just go with the 5 to 10 million. How has nobody recognized him when he's out on the street filming? I don't know. I mean, it seems like there should be. I mean, maybe that's a false assumption, but forgive me. I've been hanging around these apes for a long time. I think how he does it is because, I mean, don't forget, Lou has a lot of enemies. A lot of people are like, at least they were. Now maybe they've changed their tune. I don't know. A lot of people were cursing Lou, at various points, like for various things, for giving the bat signal prematurely, for example. But yeah, I just find that odd. Here's how I think he does it. I think he hangs out at places where he knows there's not likely to be any AMC apes. It's brilliant and simple, really. Um, you go like I don't know where he's at here, so I'm not gonna claim to know. But this looks like kind of this is some kind of store. Looks nice, looks nicer. Apes aren't gonna be there, right? Wherever he was in that damn stairwell, there's not gonna be any apes there. Walking around in Harlem or the Bronx or wherever the hell he's from, there's probably not gonna be any apes there. There might be. Walking through Central Park, I mean, or by the ducks or whatever the hell. I don't know. I just find that fascinating. Like he's, or maybe he's very nondescript in person or something. I don't know.
That's why it pisses me off.
But if I see a bald guy with a beard, talking to his camera like he is making a video, I'm gonna think it's Lou, even if I'm not in New York City. So I don't know.
That's happening, and then the CEO said it was Photoshop. I want you to listen to me. The CEO of the company that right now has his shares ranking at 93 billion is saying that was Photoshop. It wasn't Photoshop. Okay, and this is a market day. That should have been corrected. You're talking about 93 billion shares. That's going to affect the AMC price. I'm a shareholder in AMC, so here we go right now. This is a major problem. How many days is this going to be going on? Is he going to send an invisible letter to FINRA? Like, this is what I'm trying to say. This will affect my shares. This will affect your shares. And then the answer on this Friday it just passed was that was
Photoshop. That's not what he said, though.
Photoshop.
He said either somebody made an inexcusable error or it was criminally photoshopped. That's what he said. He said either somebody made an someone inexcusably made a serious error, I think is the wording, or it was criminally photoshopped. So that's two things there. But interesting though, if we look at AMC's chart today, I think I know when the error was fixed, when the glitch was fixed, right? I think the glitch was fixed right here. Here's where the glitch was fixed because AMC was tanking. Obviously, that's due to the inaccurate market cap on APE. This is when it was fixed right here. And then what happens? Boom, it shoots up. Well, it doesn't shoot up, but it starts recovering, keeps going, and ends at the highs of the day. I'm sorry, 1.79% higher, in fact. So what are they bitching about? And I wish we could go to a parallel universe and run an experiment, a simulation, and say, all right, in this version of today, the market cap on, or the shares outstanding on Market Watch for APE does not get fixed at 1111. Oh, look at that, 1111. Or was it? Nope, it was nope, well, it could have been. It could have been 1111 or 1112. Both are cool numbers. I don't know, maybe it was between 1111.58 and 1112.04 that it was fixed. So it straddled both candles. But anyway, in this version of today, it's not going to be fixed at 1111 or 1112, and it's going to stay inaccurate all day. And I bet you, and I have no way to prove this, but trust me, bro, you would have seen this price continue to tank. So it's all I'm saying, which is completely full of shit. I just made all that up, but it was fun. I have to admit, it was fun. It's got to be great fun being a grifter.
I mean, he pops up anytime he wants you to buy fucking popcorn and go see some Spider-Man type fucking movie. You know, you love apes? Guess what? You got a lot of apes to love right now. There's 93 billion of them. So that's what gets me upset about this, because on top of everything we've been through, now we got this, and where's he? And he'll probably pop up later. Well, no, legal's telling me I can't speak about this. Well, let me tell you something. 93 billion apes. A lot of people should be speaking about that.
No, they shouldn't. They should be speaking about it, saying it's been fixed. They've fixed the glitch, okay? They have fixed the glitch.
Yeah, we can't actually find a record of him being a current employee here.
I'm going to have to redo this and put text over this part.
So we just went ahead and fixed the glitch.
Great. So Milton has been let go.
Well, just a second there, Professor. We fixed the glitch. So he won't be receiving a paycheck anymore, so it'll just work itself out naturally.
We always like to avoid confrontation whenever possible. Problem is solved from your end.
Problem is solved from your end. Yes, great. Thanks, Bob. And Bob, the Bobs. All right, well, let's see. I never get sick of that one. Okay. Don't depose me, bro. We already watched that. The Bobs. I already talked to the Bobs. All right. Frankie Muhammad's wrong. Oh my God, get ready tomorrow. You know what? Let's do an experiment here. I want to do an experiment. AMC, changing the search term to AMC tomorrow. Okay. And whatever. I'll just leave it in the default ordering. Okay, 4 days ago, the same channel. Confirmed tomorrow will be huge. Short squeeze pending tomorrow, 6 days ago. Come on. I hate the goddamn search. I know there's more videos with tomorrow going back 2 fucking years. All right, 4 months ago, AMC in the markets for tomorrow. 2 weeks ago, AMC stock tomorrow will be huge. It's not in that one. I asked for it to be in there. I put it in quotation marks. Max Payne will be stress tested tomorrow. Free beer tomorrow. I am now only in AMC. Why does that come up here? Is there a better YouTube search somewhere else? Like, this is ridiculous. I mean, I know that yeah, 13 days ago, data 0. Check it. What do you see that on MTV in the early 2000s or some shit? Prepare, the AMC vote is coming tomorrow. Okay. AMC 2 million FDTs tomorrow. What does that mean? Failure. I don't know. FDT 1 month ago. Why wouldn't you change that? Look, guys, this is a glitch here, and I don't know. I can't even come up with anything on that. Run up tomorrow 4 months ago. Okay. How about this? How about Moass tomorrow? Moass tomorrow, 3 months ago. They got a GameStop here. Tomorrow will be the big day for mini squeeze for AMC stock. Will phase 6 start Moass tomorrow? Oh, remember all that? Moass tomorrow. We can have the Moass tomorrow if AMC apes just do this. Do you think this was him talking about his inflatable gorillas? Let's find out. I think it is. I think it is.
This video is not financial advice.
Wow.
I'm not a financial planner. I'm an entertainer. The one and only ape father in the house. Wow! So,
back when he did that.
You know, just a reminder, I've been making videos about this, and I'm not going to stop making videos about this.
Spoiler alert. Yes, he is.
Because I have the answer for the Moass. I got it. All we have to do is switch to Fidelity.
Okay. This was when he was saying switch to Fidelity. Okay.
That's it.
This was before the apes started hating Fidelity. It's so hard to keep all these things straight. We need a master timeline here. We need a master timeline of the AMC grift, and we need to guard that timeline with our lives, because that timeline will be the record of grift. And, that timeline will be worth its weight in gold before this is all said and done. I'm going to start work on the master timeline. And, you can have, and you too could have access to this master timeline. Stick around to find out how.
Listen to me. There's only
with a short message from my good friend, Mr. Tom Vu.
113 real shares.
Oh, it's a Tom Vu night.
13 million real AMC shares. So don't you understand the simple logic? If you switch to Fidelity, and let's say enough apes switch to Fidelity, where now there's 513 million shares on Fidelity, then more and more apes keep switching to Fidelity. But
I mean, okay.
What do you think is going to happen? At some point, they're going to say, there's no more shares left. Don't you understand that? Don't you get it? It's so simple.
They never, ever say that. There's one thing that Wall Street will never do. Never say, never do. They will never say there are no shares left, and the thing they will never do is not sell you a share. That is literally how it works. So you will never hear there are no shares left, and they will never refuse to sell you a share. So no, this does not work. You're trying to corner the market. You cannot do that. You can't do that. Can't. Good fucking luck. You can't do it. Maybe if the float were 1 share, you could. But this does not work. The apes have proven that, basically. Big day tomorrow. It's over. We lost. What is this all about here? 1 month ago from Matt Kohrs.
If you've been paying attention to the market for any amount of time, you know that there's a lot of, let's say, nefarious actors. We could be talking about questionable decisions made by Wall Street insiders. We have insider trading. We have politicians even engaging in trading on information that they shouldn't. And this is just to name a couple. So with that, there's a plethora of things that the SEC should be looking into. Actions on Wall Street, actions by our politicians. What's going on in the world?
Here we have an opinion piece by Matt Kohrs. On what he thinks. Now, Matt Kohrs, the market expert, he talked to Dave Lauer 3 times, and now he's a market expert. And he's got the Moon Gang neon sign, custom neon sign. That's expensive to show for it. And we have the Matt Kohrs. I was a grifter. Now I'm not trying to be a grifter of what the SEC should look into, in his opinion. I love this. Yeah, we should look into all that shit. Absolutely, Matt.
Actions on Wall Street, actions by our politicians. What's going on in the world of...
At the end of the day, you can't fucking control what people do with their money as much as they can't control what you do with your money. This is the basic double standard that's at play here. These clowns want to tell people what they can and can't do with their money. What Wall Street, what rich people, what the 1%, if you please, what anybody else does with their money. They want to say, you should be forced to cover your shorts because I said so. But that's not how it works. The irony is that would not be a free market. If people were coerced into doing things, it would not be a free market. However, just like the apes can't force, the shorts to cover, no matter how hard they try, nobody can force them to do anything either. Like they always want to think that people are trying to get them to sell their shares. And they know that they're not going to sell their shares, and they know that they don't have to sell their shares because somebody else supposedly wants them to. But again, there's never a shortage of shares, really. Anyway, that's the whole point of GameStop and the over 100% short interest. So it really doesn't matter that they will always sell you a share. They will always short a share. But this is the double standard. I mean, there's a lot of shit that the SEC should look into, which all concerns what people who have more money than you are doing with their money. Get fucking over it. Okay? I hate this shit. I hate it. Almost as much as I hate him.
Crypto, literally under.
And I don't even hate him as much as I hate some of these fucks. But I do hate him.
Gensler, the chairman of the SEC, the largest financial fraud ever was allegedly committed by FTX, Sam Bankman-Fried. So you might be thinking to yourself, great, the SEC is probably looking into this to try to protect traders and investors, especially retail. And they're doing something, but probably not the thing you want them to be doing.
What is this all about?
Emoji, objectively.
All right.
SEC branch chief.
Oh yeah, the emojis.
I just posted this, and just by the fact of being an SEC branch chief, she kind of knows what she's talking about. A federal court ruled that these emojis, rocket emoji, chart emoji, money bag emoji, objectively mean one thing: a financial return on investment. Users of these emojis are hereby warned of the legal consequence of.
Now, I didn't look this up. I didn't look into it. Does he put the link to the goddamn document? I doubt it. Does he put a link to the tweet? No, of course not. But we got a link to his robot trading, street beat robot trading pool. Data doesn't lie. I mean, now notice that objectively is not in quotation marks. Objectively mean is not in quotation marks. That is a red flag.
Their use in a world where you think you have freedom of speech, we are now in a situation where using a rocket,
Shut the fuck up, Matt. You have no fucking idea what free speech means. You have no idea what it means. I guarantee you.
And a money bag could get you in serious trouble. And this actually relates to NBA Top Shot. And this was one of the ones that really took off about a year and a half, 2 years ago with these NFT digital moments of the.
Oh, you mean when everything was taking off that was stupid and retarded and basically worthless? Ah, that period, right? I got it.
Promotes a recent sale or statistics of recent sales of moments on the marketplace. And although the literal world profit is not included in any of these tweets, the rocket ship emoji, stock chart emoji, and money bags emoji objectively mean one thing: a financial return.
Well, okay, so I stand corrected. Objectively mean is in there. I don't know why she didn't put it in quotation marks. But...
on investment. So if you're watching this, I'm more than happy to put the actual case filing in the description of the video if you want to look at it. NBA Top Shot, like this is now in a court filing. It's just so crazy. And they didn't even use them together. They're just using rocket, 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 chart, 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 rocket, chart, 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 and then fire. So I guess you could argue that the fire emoji is still reasonable. You're still allowed to use the fire emoji, but you are no longer allowed to use the.
I mean, it's what are they doing though? Like, okay, so somebody bought the legendary LeBron James moment from our Cosmic Series 1 set for $49,000. Great, awesome. But so the rocket emoji in this case means that they made a shitload of money on NBA Top Shot, made a shitload of money on basically nothing. A legendary LeBron James moment. That's nothing. That is absolutely nothing here. A moment. That is a new record-setting acquisition for any NBA Top Shot moment on the marketplace so far. So, doesn't it seem like yeah, I don't know. This whole thing is just stupid. All right. Well, I'm sorry that I wasted time on that. 100% proof the entire GME situation was staged from Charlie's vids. Okay. Drop everything now. The Moass starts tomorrow morning from 1 month ago. Moass tomorrow, 7 months ago. Moass starts tomorrow. 1 month ago. I've seen him. Ryan Cohen told you in 2020 when Moass was. Oh God, yeah. Okay, $4 billion added to AMC market cap today. This is a current video, so let's look at it.
Guys, what is going on? I hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday.
Well, I am now that I'm seeing your bright smiling face, scavenger.
Hopefully you were able to use the weekend to decompress and come back into the week punching. But that being said, I wanted to talk about a couple things today. Obviously, they have to do with AMC. First thing
obviously
I'd like to talk about is AMC really kind of didn't rise much today, but really kind of held its ground compared to the volatility that we've seen in the overall market today. I day trade every day. So obviously
yeah, I don't know, Lynn. There's more to that story. Clearly there's more to it than one sentence that he highlighted. That Lisa Brangaka lady, who I also think is a charlatan and probably guilty of securities fraud for the misleading shit that she said. Maybe a lot of which was on Matt Cole's channel when he interviewed her. And I looked her up, and I remember digging up some dirt on her. I forget exactly what it was, but yeah, I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say obviously, but I would think that it would have to be in the context of something that could be construed as an investment opportunity. I mean, clearly, if you use that emoji and we're talking about my boy, I aced that exam. My grades are going to be through the roof, and I use rocket emojis. That's not going to apply. Now, we don't live in that draconian of a society yet, do we? I don't know. But then again, I don't really care. But I just happened upon it. Now, Lynn, I say you take it upon yourself to look into that and come back to the group and share your findings. Or not.
It's easy to get clapped on days like this morning where, you have the SPY just boom, 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 up and down. It's pretty hard to, I mean, I'm a scalper, so it's not as big of a deal, but,
I'm a scalper.
It can still get clapped really fast. So, but watching AMC, like I always do, AMC kind of just slowly and steadily kind of rose throughout the day. So, not a bad day with AMC.
Not really. I mean, are you forgetting the part where, I don't know, it was down and then it came back and basically closed 8 cents higher? Yeah, it steadily rose, though. That's a good way to put it.
And then, we're on this uptrend. Obviously, we had a couple of red days last week, but
an uptrend.
We're slowly on this uptrend.
You're slowly on an uptrend? Oh, let's zoom out then. Let's zoom out and see. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's a hell of an uptrend right there. That's slowly on an uptrend. Yep. I mean, I guess if we got out our protractor or if, I don't even know how you would do this, but yeah, that's not a straight, I mean, wait a minute. I need the other line. Yeah, I guess you got an uptrend there, buddy. That's an uptrend. It's a hell of a trend. Where do these guys, I mean, I don't know. I don't call that an uptrend, friend. I call that sideways as fuck or massively unchanged. Massively unchanged. Oh, but it went all the way down here. Okay, fine. It's an uptrend. You can have your uptrend. How about if we take it back here? Oh, look, that's an uptrend. That's clearly an uptrend. Obviously, it's an uptrend. Yeah, look at that. Okay.
You can still have pullbacks and stuff, though. But the second thing I want to talk about is obviously there was this whole discrepancy last week with the market cap situation over the weekend. These brokerage firms and, TradingView, which I use, went through and fixed everything. And then again today, AMC and 8 both had a $6 billion market cap, according to TradingView, which would mean...
Really? Let's check that out. 6.63 billion. Oh boy. Boy, they just can't get this right, can they? My God. Trading View, and I paid them money. Oh, yep. You know what they did? They looks like they tripled the share price. They tripled the share price. So that would work out to be $12.83 per share, which is roughly 3 times the price. Yeah, I mean it's roughly, it's not exact, but anyway. Oh my God, how dare they?
You know, AMC would be around $12 if that were the case, right? So, again, I don't think some guy sitting at a computer typing in this information. I believe that something is breaking, and I believe that that's why the information we're seeing is wrong, right? I don't think
because of all the synthetics,
accidentally fat fingering, you know, extra zeros in there, an extra digit, right? I truly think that, you know, these brokerage apps are getting confused due to the manipulating that's taking place on the other side.
Do you want me to look into it? I'll look into it if you want.
That's just my opinion. If you
Okay, that's your opinion. We got it. We got an opinion. Got it. AMC Ape demand justice. And you know what we're going to end on, because I started streaming early today because I came home early from work due to a power issue. So anyway, at work, not at home. So I'm going to end on, you know who I'm going to end on next, but I might throw on, if there is a space, I might just throw it on and listen to it as I do some other things around the house. So, and we'll see. And anyway, all right.
Welcome to Stocks and Crypto Plays. I'm talking about AMC stock. I'm also going to talk about APE, preferred equity units as well. Hit like, subscribe, and notifications. Share the video with a friend. Just text it to them. Okay, so there's been a lot of news going on over the weekend. I'm sure you probably saw my last video or two about Robinhood and about Aron tweeting about the market cap of AMC being $420 billion. He was very angry about it. We were very excited about it. He was saying it was a glitch and, you know, it was photoshopped and all of that. So obviously it was not a glitch and it wasn't photoshopped. It was up for like 2 to 3 days on Robinhood, and it was on, I heard it was on a couple exchanges and
over the weekend. Okay. Okay. Can't do his okay. This guy's a little bitch. Wait a minute. Oh, I always forget to bring up.
You're being a little bitch. You're being a little bitch.
All right.
Taken down very.
I got to put the fix the glitch on the soundboard. I actually do have a soundboard app here. And I don't have much on there, but I do have the
quickly other exchanges. Webull was showing it as 420 billion as well, and it was changed fairly quickly. But Robinhood stayed up for like 2 days, and you ask yourself, was it a glitch? Of course it wasn't a glitch. I want to ask you, friends.
You know, friends, we're gathered here today to worship the Lord, our Savior, Aron. And would he support a glitch? I don't think so.
In your bank account for your entire life.
What is this guy? I don't get this guy. What the hell? Who is this guy?
Account for your entire life since you were young, since you were 16 years old till your age now.
But we're not talking about that.
Has there ever been a glitch on your bank account where you had even $10 more than you should have?
Or some people can say yes.
Or even $1?
Some people can say yes.
There's no glitches, okay? So the truth was
okay. Okay.
And the power players got on the phone.
Are you fucking kidding me? Where were you in 2021 when there was a glitch, motherfucker? You haven't even heard of a fucking glitch in 2021 because you weren't anywhere around here in 2021. There were glitches in motherfucking 2021 that you know nothing about. Why? Because they were glitches. They weren't real. Okay? Okay? Fucking retard. Jesus fucking Christ.
But the good news, friends, is
this total misinformation. This guy belongs in fucking jail.
Market Watch, they have not been able to get to Market Watch. Now,
Fuck.
Market Watch Watch is one of the most widely respected data sources for stocks.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
And they are still showing Ape. Now, this is a different story. We're talking about
No,
Ape.
they're not. No, they don't.
Different news on AMC as of yet, but
God damn it.
Ape. And this is new. This just happened, I think, on Friday. But they're showing Ape at 93.79 billion shares outstanding. And we finished the whole day today, Monday, and they still haven't changed it since Friday.
What are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about, brother? Okay, friend? Look. Oh, no, we're looking at the market cap. Shit. I fucked that one up. Damn it. Damn it. Sorry. Why didn't somebody say something?
Are there 93.79 billion shares in the market right now? Is that how they crashed Ape from $10 down?
Now, in my defense, all these glitches are nonsense, and they always screw up the number of shares too, so whatever. But no, wait a minute. The market cap's not, it is fixed. It is fixed. I didn't screw it up. I was looking at the wrong figure, but the market cap is correct, right? That's right. That's right. Yes, yes, it's 1/3 of the other one. I didn't fuck it up. I don't like making mistakes. I'm usually pretty good about that. So, but I didn't here in this case. I was looking at the wrong data, but fortunately, our Lord and Savior, Ken Griffin, was watching with his invisible hand over me, guiding me anyway. So the market cap, right. And it is on 8. So take that, Mr. Weird Pastor with weird glasses. It's not 93 billion anymore. That was, I tell you what, that was lucky.
In 3 months. Is that how they did
I'm
it?
gonna go play the lottery now.
An SEC investigation on this?
Yes.
Do we need an audit?
Yes.
I believe we do.
Here's your audit.
We need an investigation.
Call Deloitte.
Also, how does this affect the vote? Was that vote rigged?
Yes.
I'd like to know.
Yes, it was.
So we have this lawsuit on April 28th. I think this is very important for the judge to know this information.
Oh my God.
This is serious stuff, and it should not be overlooked.
Write a letter, okay, Mr. Law Enforcement, okay? Mr. Judiciary Watchdog. He's a judicial watchdog here. Write a letter, okay? Write an amicus brief. Okay? Okay.
Looked. The market cap was at $420 billion for AMC. That put AMC stock at $820 a share based on.
Well, can we look that? Well, let's look that one up. Let's look. Market cap 2.36B. Well, they fixed that. They fixed the glitch. I'm working on that sound clip right now.
On that market cap. And then all of a sudden on Monday, it vanished. And, it was a glitch, they said. Yeah, right. Well, Robinhood didn't say it was a glitch. That's what
Arthur Anderson will do an audit tomorrow. Well, he's a 1%er, so.
That's the real price in the dark pool now for AMC shares. $820 per share in the dark pool. Yes, I.
What? This guy's such a fucking child. This is how children speak. This is how kids act. Oh my God, look, he's such a fucking child.
For AMC shares, $820 per share in the dark pool. Yes, I know it's not on the lit exchange. You and I can't get that kind of money yet. But let's see what happens, okay?
Let's see what happens, okay? God, this guy's...
Because the real price is the real price in the dark pool, and that's where 90% of the trading is done.
Not true. That's a fucking lie. Oh my God. The misinformation now. I mean, I thought it was bad before. It was bad when I started doing this almost 2 years ago. This is crazy. Literally everything he has said is wrong. Literally everything. I mean, I don't often leave comments. Literally everything you said in this video is verifiably wrong. Yeah, that's all I have to say. Holy shit. Wow. This is bad.
On the lit exchange, 10% of the shares are traded on AMC on the lit exchange. So back to Ape, 93.79 billion shares outstanding. How does that affect things? Well, you know, if you wanted to figure out with the market cap, they're still showing the market cap at 2.36 billion.
Oh my God.
So something's not adding up. That would put each share of...
Like, I can't do this. Sorry. Can't do it. All right. Last video. Thank God. Oh my God. Okay. What the fuck? How does this have anything to do? We might have to do a Donahue George double or triple play here. Maybe. Maybe. Rising possible. Oh my God. All right. I mean, fortunately these videos are short. So let's do this. Add it to queue, add it to queue, add it to queue, add it to queue. Now we have a Donahue George Q. Q. See? Q. All right. Did I really do 3? I thought I did 4. Meant to do 4. Rising cost. Why didn't AA? I don't know which one I don't have in there. Oh, it's probably the one that's playing right now. Duh. Oh no. Rising costs. Why didn't AA? Russian China. All right. Here we go. Here's Donahue George's last 4 videos from today. And see you guys later after this. I mean, after this, I'll be out of here if I haven't already jumped out of the window. Yeah. Right.
This is not financial advice, not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my opinion. Please don't make any financial decision based on anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff. So you get a video, I put them out, see what I'm thinking, see I'm analyzing that data. But
new black shirt.
The day they release us is false, man. It gives a false narrative. The markets, we can make bad trading decisions. Listen.
You're a false narrative of the market.
The situation with the economy, it's getting worse. And when I tell you it's global, it's global. There's a major strike going on in Germany right now because of inflation. They have shut, the whole country is at a standstill. The airport workers are on strike. The rail workers are on strike. The bus workers are on strike. And
what do we do here?
They need money.
Watch sports.
They need money. That I guess they believe that what they're being paid is not compatible with the rise of inflation in their country. And of course, the banks had to raise interest rates, and that caused, we all know that caused additional problems for the economy. So right now, because of what I believe is a global recession that's taking place, even though the United States has changed their definition of recession in order to say that we're actually not in a recession, but I believe that we are, and I believe we're in a global recession. And now we see how it's affecting the whole country of Germany. It is at a standstill. And the thing is,
why do you fucking care?
That we're gonna see some type of fallback.
Some type of fallback?
From the inflation.
Fall out?
Fraud. From the interest rates. I believe that.
You mean like recession?
A lot of retail investors are gonna get sick and tired of what's going on. And maybe we'll end up with strikes that put the country at a standstill. Who knows?
I doubt it.
But the bottom line is this.
I'm with Bad Back on this. It would be nice. It's a nice thought.
Out of control, even though they're trying to tell us it's not. If inflation wasn't out of control, they wouldn't have to raise the interest rate 0.25 basis point, especially with everything that's going on in the banking industry.
Oh, you mean the 2 banks that have failed? That are on the FDIC, and you didn't think I was going to pull it out today. I pulled it out. The failed bank list. This is my favorite list ever. 2 banks on this list: Signature Bank and Silicon Valley Bank. 2 banks. All the banks that have failed, all 2 of them. Okay? Oh, okay. Just pointing that out. I will point it out every time these clowns misrepresent the number of banks on the failed bank list. That is an official list from the FDIC. You want the link? I'll give it to you. Maybe.
We see the effects of that in Germany. We've seen hints of that in Europe. More than likely, it's going to end up in Asia also.
We see evidence of it in Germany. We see hints of it in Europe. Okay. And Manny's reminding us XLF went up today. Right, it did. I noticed that. I have the sectors down here. XLF. Now, yeah, it did. And I mean, was it really? I mean, was it really that? I mean, couldn't that have been? I mean, I'm not. This is just from looking at this chart right here. Isn't that a little bit? Not that much of a surprise here. I don't know. I could have seen that probably. Anyway, it did go up, although it was a red candle, but that just means it went down. It gapped up, but anyway, yeah, it was up today. XLF was up today, 100%. It wasn't up. It was not up by 100%, but you're 100% correct.
The bottom line is this: inflation is out of control. The fraud in the banking industry.
We'll see Friday.
The greed and fraud in the securities industry is out of control. And until our regulatory agencies step in and start doing their job, it's only going to get worse. And like I said in the previous video, they got to decide if they care about the United States of America or their allegiances to the hedgies.
Yep.
I mean,
the hedgies?
They have to do something. They have to start doing their job. If they don't, it's going to get really, really ugly here in the United States.
Again, what he's saying is...
Do you think the inflation that's causing those strikes...
What he's saying essentially amounts to...
It's possible for that to happen.
These people over here who have more money than me to trade in the market, they should not be allowed to do it because XYZ.
It's not legal advice for
WXYZ.
And educational purposes only. Anything I say
That's,
is my opinion.
I mean,
please don't make
what the hell else could he be saying?
Anything I say in these videos. That being said, hit the like button, subscribe button, all that YouTube algorithm stuff. So you get the videos, I put them out, see what I'm thinking, see me analyze that data. But like I tell you every day, the day they release is false. And it gives a false narrative. The markets
make Donnie.
Trading decisions. Listen.
You're being a little bitch.
I was thinking about the reverse split, and I was having a discussion about it with a buddy of mine. And here's the thing. Why, if the reverse split is so great, why didn't Aron do the reverse split in 2021, in January, February, March, when AMC was trading at $3, $4, $5? If the reverse split was so great and would guarantee that the shorters covered their shorts, why didn't he do a reverse split?
Whoever said that the reverse split would guarantee that shorters would cover their shorts? Where did that come from? That's stuff that you fucking guys say. Or, well, the other you guys who are supportive of this action here. But Adam Aron didn't say that. Nobody said that it will cause the shorts to close their positions. No. And also, isn't there the convenient little fact here that you didn't have the ape unit in 2021? All you had was the AMC common stock. So if you reverse split it, you'd really be reducing the number of shares that you had. I mean, the reason I would presume that it's possible now is because if you add the ape and the AMC shares together, you have like over 1 billion. And so, you want to reduce that so you can issue more. I mean, this is fucking basic. How could you wonder about that? Oh my God. This guy, I swear to fucking God, this guy gets fucking dumber every fucking day. This shit gets more and more fucking retarded every day with this clown. Holy shit.
Why wait?
And he thinks it's brilliant.
You get 4
oh my God.
Retail investors. We push the price up. Adam Aron cashes out for about $40 million. And then the price was pushed back.
Well, that could have been you if you had been smart.
Down. And then after these guys have created billions, and as far as I'm concerned, billions of counterfeit shares. Now he wants to do a reverse split. It could have been done in January of 2021, in February of 2021. But you know why it wasn't done? There wasn't so many counterfeit shares that it needed to disappear. There wasn't so many billions of counterfeit shares that they needed to disappear. And I believe that is why they put the reverse split on the table.
If you actually believe that, you're a fucking idiot.
No other way to get out of their position. Like I said earlier, they have accepted the fact that retail is not selling, that we will ride this to zero. So their only way out, and remember, they pocketed all the money from those sales. All those billions of counterfeit shares that they sold us, they put that money in their pocket.
Who's they? Who is they? What are you talking about? Who are they in this case? Is he talking about AMC or is he talking about the hedgies? Who?
They have accepted the fact that retail is not selling.
Boy, he is all over the fucking place with the theys. Oh my God.
That we will ride this to zero. So their only way out.
Hedge got to be hedgies.
And remember, they pocketed all the money from those sales. All those billions of counterfeit shares that they sold us, they put that money in their pocket.
So you're telling me that you believe that hedge funds somehow created synthetic, counterfeit, fucking fake shares, sold them to you, pocketed the money, and they're still, according to you fucking brain dead fucks, they're still in trouble, and you're going to squeeze them. What the fuck am I missing here? What am I missing? This makes no fucking sense. Holy fucking shit. I'm at a loss for words.
And Aron wants us to just give it back. Give back the shares for free after we paid for them.
No!
Give them.
He still doesn't understand a reverse split either. Oh my God. Oh my God. What?
Give them back the shares for free after we pay for them. It's absolutely outrageous.
Yeah, that would be outrageous. Thank God that's not happening. Wow.
It's ludicrous. And I believe, and this is just my opinion, I'm not telling you to buy, hold, or sell, that it's possible that Aron made a deal. It's possible Aron made a deal because it makes no mathematical sense to give up 90% of the shares that you paid for free. Anyway, please leave some comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me why you think Aron didn't do a reverse split when AMC was at $2 and $3 in January and February of 2021. Why does he want to do it now? Anyway, have a great day. God bless, and I appreciate y'all on this journey with me.
Oh my God. I am fucking at a loss for words. This is fucking horrible.
This is not financial advice and not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say is my opinion.
Okay, we already heard about this. This is the latest video right here.
It's not financial advice and not legal advice for entertainment, educational purposes only. Anything I say.
Fuck you.
Hit the like. Listen. The Kenyan president said that anybody who's hoarding US dollars to get rid of it because it's not going to be worth anything in a few weeks.
Oh yeah, okay, I'm gonna trust the Kenyan fucking president. Go fuck yourself, Donnie. You are an idiot. All right, I'm gonna put on this space call. So maybe try to get something that's not quite so dumb. I mean, that is a joke right there. But actually, Manuel's got something here. So let's see. Oldest references to the Moass. Okay, this is something we've been wondering about here.
You know, I'm not much of a philosopher, but AMC.
Wait. Hold on. I think it was this one. That's that. Oh, oops. This one I'll put in the put the link. This is Strongman, aka Christopher Bell, CPA. This is his video. In the interest of time, I'm just going to go with the second one here, which is the oldest mention of Moass that was found on YouTube. This is from 2 years ago, January 26th. Wow.
How do you even? I'm literally speechless. Like I don't know how to even start this video. Wow.
Where's Moass in here? Let me see if I can find it.
GameStop had a pretty good day today. Again,
does he actually say it?
This is bonkers. It's the one word that keeps coming to mind over and over and over. Absurd. This is absurd. The short squeeze is in full swing. Where it ends, no one knows. And one thing is for sure, the current valuation of the GameStop stock is way, way, way more than what the company is actually worth currently. But that doesn't matter in a short squeeze. And I've said this before hundreds of times to people where they keep saying, who's paying these prices? These crazy high prices, absurd prices, if you will, going into after hours trading well beyond the $200 per share price. It's not, for the most part, right now, retail investors.
That's what we predicted for today.
Has kind of sailed, in my humble opinion. Yes, you get the once in a while, the people will be in there buying, trying to get the FOMO, trying to jump in on this.
So this was on the 26th.
It's the full-time financial institution hedge funds that were knee-deep in shorting this stock and found themselves absolutely screwed.
Okay, so it says here what comes next in the epic Moass short squeeze of historic proportions. So that's the first mention, earliest mention of Moass that Manuel was able to find. And I've been asking for this. Like, where did it come from? Where did the term Moass come from? Who came up with it? Who said it first? And you know, that's a clue. This is a clue. So you know, I could go on Google, for example, and search for it. And I could go, I mean, I'm in the news section here, but I could go sorted by date, or I could go, you know, do a custom range and go to, I mean, it has to be, I mean, I could go back to like November 2020 through January 22nd. So this is like right before the meme stonk week happened. Moass. Here's one from Seeking Alpha. Now we'll see if it's actually from this date. January 20th, 2021. GameStop, now a full-fledged e-commerce player with new revenue streams. But I bet it was in the comments. No? Where's the comments? Oh, it's got to be in the comments because it wasn't in anything else there. You have to view more comments. Yeah, see, that's the problem. I don't like how Google does that. I don't want it in the comments. I want it in the actual article. Well, but that's not even, it's not even, where was it coming up? Oh, there it is. Okay, when was this comment made? January 20th, 2021. Okay. If the massive 100% plus short interest should wake up to the new reality, capitulate, close their positions, squeezing the share price of GME up to irrational prices like historic squeezes, I will gladly sell my shares to reap those irrational gains. This is wild. They were talking about this before. This was on the 20th. I mean, I was completely out of this loop, as I imagine a lot of people were. That's the whole point. This is why it was allowed. This is why it happened right here, because it wasn't widely known. When the Moass subsides, I will immediately invest a large portion of those irrational gains back into the new GameStop at their new rational valuation. I wonder if they actually did. I wonder if they actually sold. It looks like an old guy. Let's see. Older gentleman. He appears to be active. Maybe I'll ask him. Here's that's not the comment, but he's been commenting on that article for a while. So there's one. And that's it. That's it here for this. And that's just in news. Now, in the regular just plain old Google search, we can do the same thing. Real quick. I'm going to go back to October 2020. And we'll go to January, I think it's 22nd again. Here's one from Reddit from January 14th. Dominic Moass. That's somebody's name, apparently. Moass Collections. That's some spam weirdness. Here's a tweet that has it as a short, has it as a hashtag from January 13th. Here's somebody's personal website, it looks like. Where is DK? What is DK? That's Denmark? Oh, I wonder if this is their current holdings still. Look at this website. Who in the fuck does this? Look at my current holdings and a pie chart. That's hilarious. Okay. Yeah, that's whatever. Okay, what's this? October 2020. Tacoma World. Toyota Tacoma trucks, enthusiasts and owners. Weekend felt non-existent, ready for that Moass retirement. And they are talking about stocks. It's in the investments forum or topic. Is this the guy who predicted 217 of the past 0 market crashes? Now, wait a minute. This is from 2020. This is from today, though. So why is it giving me this? Because the discussion was started on October 6th. So thank you, Google, for not giving me what I wanted again. Boy, that's bad. That was bad. That's why you got to check dates. No dates. Okay, anyway. So the first, at least not on YouTube, was like January 14th, I think. But I haven't, or 13th, I'm sorry, 13th from this person here. MWM 76. And they actually have institutional shares. So they're showing 163% institutional ownership. Okay. So that would indicate, extreme short position, I guess. Oh, okay. Anyway, but fascinating. And yeah, fascinating. Just fascinating. That is absolutely fascinating. Okay. Now, I was thinking about doing the damn ape space, whatever. I'll tell you what. Let's do this real quick here. This is from the street. This is GameStop stock, delayed filings, and an update on direct registration numbers. Although GameStop released its fourth quarter results on March 21st, GameStop has not officially filed or released to the public its annual 10-K form. What could be behind the delay? GameStop's earnings were bombastic. The company crushed market expectations on both the top and bottom lines, and shares soared over 30%. However, GameStop has yet to release its annual filing, and many retail investors are speculating as to what may have caused the delay. For the last several quarters, GameStop has reported the number of shares registered with its transfer agent. Direct registration level is an atypical indicator, but one with particular relevance to GameStop because they're retarded. No official filings yet for the super quarter. The super quarter, okay. Beat on EPS and revenue and reported profitability for the first time since early 2021. Unsurprisingly, the market's reaction was anything but subdued. Shares rallied over 50% and came down the next day to close at 30% over. Yeah, exactly. Falling back to earth this week. I have to imagine that Marantz Rants is saying some great stuff about this. However, unlike during past Q4s, GameStop did not release its Form 10-K. The 10-K is an annual report. According to the rule, when a company delays either 10-K or 10-Q, the company is required to file a Form NT, which provides a grace period of 5 days. However, the company must provide a convincing explanation. If the deadline is missed, the consequences for the company may be serious and can include a loss of SEC registration or even delisting from the stock exchange. So did they file a Form NT? Would that be on Edgar? It can't be that easy. They would have looked this up. I would think. GameStop. 10K. Wait. Oh no, that's 2021. Oops. Why is it showing me that shit? God damn it. Fucking SEC. You know what? I want this one. This one I usually use. GME. So, okay, right. So here's the 21st current report of the 8K. We got the 10Q from last. So what we're missing is this 10K right here. This is last year's. It was filed on March 17th of last year. And it, it would look like this. All this bullshit. What is that? A graph? Stock comparative performance graph. Oh, yeah, look. GME, unsurprisingly, spiked up on at the end of, right here in January 29th. Yeah, great. Okay. And then, all this crap numbers. So we don't have that. Okay. I mean, we have the quarterly one, but we don't have the yearly one. The most common reason for a late filing is simple accounting issues. Oh, you mean like fraud? Like fudged numbers? Interestingly, some studies point out that when accounting reasons are not cited by the company as a reason behind their filing delay, investors infer underlying issues with the company's fundamentals. which in turn can have bearish repercussions. Yeah, why would they not file it? Like, so you're going to come out and say, all right, we beat our earnings, we beat our revenue. We're profitable now. Yay. Congratulations, us. And then not release the required fucking documents? How do you think the market is going to interpret that? That does not look good. Okay? Especially when nobody actually believes that you were fucking profitable. I'm going to be honest. Nobody believes that they're actually profitable. Except maybe Morantz. But he believed that they were profitable before too. So, no, why, yeah, why would you? Negative price reactions tend to be more dramatic when there's delay in quarterly filings rather than annual filings. However, this is because quarterly reports have less information and are not audited, so they are easier to fill. So when there's a delay in the less information and non-audited and easier to fill ones, there's a higher negative price reaction. Well, does that make sense? I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, GME was profitable because they dumped most of their inventory. Exactly. That's what we found the other day, I think. They had, if you look at their inventory levels, the cost of their inventory that they currently hold, it's way down. What does that mean? That means they sold a bunch of shit, or they sold the shit that they sold. I don't know if it was a bunch. They sold shit and they didn't replenish their inventory. That means they didn't spend money. They spent, or they sold existing inventory and didn't replenish it, which is probably a good idea because they're probably not going to sell it again. Oh, Scott, it was all collectibles. It's going to be all different collectibles next year, see? And the NFTs are going to be different because it's a very unique thing. And fuck you. No, GameStop is not a profitable company. I will I'll believe it when they have 3 more profitable quarters, then you can say that this is a profitable company. 1 quarter does not a profitable company make. Anxious for a direct registration update. Oh, I bet they are. I bet they are. What is the short interest on GameStop anyway? I don't even know. Okay, I hate this. This guy, Bernard Zambonin, he is a shill of the highest order. He writes these articles that are like, could be interpreted as bullish, and they just put the wrong sentiment out there, in my opinion. Let's look up this here. GME short interest, March 2023. Yeah, they're not growing. They're not growing. Now, okay, hold on here. Hold on here. Not the cost of, I don't give a fuck about the cost to borrow. What is a short interest? You're just going to talk about this short. Okay. In a tweet, wait, okay. Now, whether you trust these fucking slimy ass short selling data providers is on you. I don't know. So I don't know. But S3 managing partners director, or S3 partners managing director of predictive analysis, Ihor Dusanivsky noted that short interest for GameStop was 21.79% of the float. 21.79% of the float, the value of 946 million. That figure seems high enough to drive a short squeeze, as any reading above 10% is considered high. He also mentioned, release the hounds, let the short squeeze begin. Now, see, this is way, way, way more editorialized than this guy ever was. He never said shit like that in 2021. Okay, I mean, because I actually didn't mind hearing from him because he was just, fact based. Release the hounds. Give me a fucking break. Yeah, release the hounds. Now, is this from this year even? Yes, 3 days ago. Okay, Jesus Christ. All right. So it's around 20%. It's around 20%. The only reason I'm saying that is, well, it looked like the DRS thing was a complete bust. If all of these and look at this too, by the way, this is the last thing I'm gonna look at, and then I gotta get out of here. Let's go to Super Stonk, okay? Real quick. Now, just look here at, just gonna blow this up. Look at the pictures over here. Here's one. Here's a computer share entry. Okay. Look at all these computer share entries that you're gonna see. And I haven't been on here today, so I didn't know that it's gonna be like this, but it is. Here's one. Here's another one. +3. Oh, this person is proud that they added 3 shares to computer share because that makes the difference. Here's another one, finally hit 200. Here's one, +200. Portfolio value, $27,000. I'll tell you where all that extra liquidity is that we need to come out of the system. It's all in computer share. I'm putting down my gun and cutting me a slice. Okay, +100 on computer share. I did not realize that this was this bad. Here's another one, computer share. Okay, this person bought a computer from GameStop. Great. I'm sure it was very reasonably priced. Okay. Here's somebody else who bought a computer from GameStop. Here's another computer share. All these people do is spend money. Here's another receipt. This is the thing on there, receipt porn. They're trying to show each other. They're comparing dicks basically. Who has the bigger receipt? I mean, give me a fuck. These people are fucking pathetic. If there's anybody who's actually less pathetic than anybody else here, it's the AMC apes. Because the GameStop apes are by far more pathetic. But I don't have time to concentrate on this. Oh, look, they spent $250 on a Chromebook on GameStop. Wow. With 4 gigs of RAM, that kid is going to be fucking pissed. Why would you? Oh my God, why would anybody buy a machine with 4 gigs of RAM in this day and age? There better have been RAM. No, those aren't usually expandable. Wow. Okay. Pre-owned. They spent $250 fucking dollars on a pre-owned Chromebook with 4 gigs of RAM. Oh my God. These people are dumb. Okay, yeah, a Chromebook with 4 gigs of RAM that's pre-owned. Wow. Okay. I mean, if you want to get a pre-owned Chromebook, go to Micro Center, okay? Go to Micro Center. Computer share +53. I mean, look at this. More receipt porn. They bought a headset, they bought a USB power bank. Why GME is at an insane discount? No, we call that a low price. That's not necessarily a discount. Look, here's something somebody bought. I don't know what it is. They bought something. The kids a few toys. 677 shares added. Receipts with of 48 feet color changing light strip on sale for $41.28. Pokemon figurines. Great. Awesome. Adding to your game room. Kiddo turns 9 soon, so I bought him some toys. Okay. Receipt porn. You see what I'm saying here? This is delusional. They are had to buy brand name batteries since y'all bought the GameStop ones. They bought 4 packs of 8 AA batteries on GameStop. Now, 8 AA batteries for $4? That seems way too cheap. No wonder GameStop's not making any money. And I guarantee you, they could not replenish those and sell them at the same price. They'd be losing money. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. More games, downloads. Who in the fuck? Plus a refurbished PS5. Okay. Yeah. Can we do receipt porn until Moass? They bought some shirts. Okay. This is what GameStop apes do. Well, they also do this. Is the FDIC hiding the data? No. No, they're not, because there have been exactly two bank failures on the failed bank list. No, it's not a conspiracy. I don't think. I mean, people would know about it if their bank failed. We would be hearing about it on Twitter. You can bet your bottom dollar that we'd be hearing about it on Twitter. Give me a fucking break. Are you kidding me? That one day when that one bank, I forget what it was, which bank it was. This was about a month ago or so. This bank, forget what bank it is. I can't remember, but people's account balances were too low. They were missing money, and these people lined up. They were lined up with pitchforks. I think some of you probably remember that. America, yeah, whatever that means. Nothing is what it means. Store is closing, but I'm buying. Look at that. Store is closing. The store is closing. Oh, look, it's in German. Oh, too bad. Well, I mean, how are they buying? I heard there was massive strikes there that shut the country down. How did you get on the train to get there? How did they bring it up? Donnie who lied to us. Can't stop. They literally can't stop. But I don't want to see this until I see it in DRS, buddy. 20, you know. Fuck. Suzanne Trimbath, Twitter. Great. Don't let the turkeys get you down. Eventually, they claim what you fought for as their own idea. All truth passes through three stages. First, look at this. This is basically Elizabeth Holmes. We haven't seen that in a while. Let's end on that. All truth passes through three stages. First, it is ridiculed. Second, it is violently opposed. Third, is accepted as being self-evident. From Arthur Schopenhauer. I'm not even going to do it. We're just going to listen to her. All right, guys, have a good one. Good stream. Terrible apes. Terrible everything here. Terrible stocks. We'll see what happens tomorrow, I suppose. That's all we can do. Here we go. I need to put this on the soundboard too. So this is good that I'm gonna have this here. Hang on one second. Let me get this. Let me get this here. Shit. I gotta get it queued up. I can't have it going out wrong on the air. So
tell you, in all my years, I can't recall a private company that I have to candidly, many have never heard of, getting this kind of attention and scrutiny. What do you think's going on here?
This is what happens when you work to change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world. And
that is it right there. Look, that's it. Did I close it? No, I didn't close it. First, they say you're crazy. Then they try to fight you. And then you change the world. So whoever we thought that she stole it from, because let's be honest, no way in fuck did she come up with that. We knew that. I don't even know who Arthur Schopenhauer is. I'm sorry, but does anybody know? I'm looking him up. Oh, he's a philosopher. Oh, he was a German philosopher. How about that? Basically a 19th century philosopher. Okay. So he said he was an atheist, but he also believed in immortality. So I like that. Inherent contradiction. That's my kind of guy. Okay. All right.
This is what happens when
Have a good one,
you
guys.
change things. And first they think you're crazy, then they fight you, and then all of a sudden you change the world. And I have to say, I personally was shocked to see that the Journal would publish something like this when we had sent them over 1,000 pages of documentation demonstrating that the statements in their piece were false.
That is such a classic technique. Flood them with paperwork, send them over 1,000 pages. They don't have time to read that shit. Are you kidding me? That's a sign of fraud right there. Hindsight's 2020, I know. But if somebody sends you 1,000 pages of paperwork, that's a red flag for me. Absolutely. Bury them in paperwork. That's what you do. That's a tactic. That is a tactic. And think about this. Now we know that she's a fraud. We know that it was fraud. So yes, it was a tactic. We could say that. Yes, it was. They tried to bury them in paperwork. Good job, Liz.
But
see you guys.
but we're doing things differently, and we're working to make a difference. And that means
right.
people raise questions.
Right. Yes.
But in this case, it was pretty disappointing to see that after every single one of the sources that we spoke with, who the Journal had contacted, told us that the statements that were being attributed to them were false or misleading, and the only sources who were left were ones who wouldn't speak with us, who on their own website say that they now do business with LabCorp in their office, or in the other case, demanded in writing that we pay them in cash up front $2,500 for an hour to talk to them about their statements to the Journal.
Did those things were arrested? Did the Journal know everything that you just said before they wrote the article?
Of course, absolutely.
Oh, okay. It's the same time, pretty negative article, so let me ask you, I know that you've talked